Good evening, everyone. This is The Burning is Love with Joe Bachman. And tonight I've got two different projects I'm going to be working on. These are from this last weekend. But first, let me throw this up here real quick. Uh, be sure to check out the Independent Creators Directory at indiecd.org. And I have a new updated card. Um, So we were on Wednesday night with me right here. Thursday night we got Comic Book Spectrum at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, followed by Holocon Stupid O'Clock at 10 Eastern, 9 Central, and then followed by Dan Hollifield's Last Man Standing at 12 a.m. Eastern, 11 Central. So be sure to come back tomorrow night because there are a lot of different broadcasts to keep you up through the night. And one thing to definitely mention, Tidbits and Scribbles is still every other Tuesday, but has changed to 9 Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time. And with that, before I bring on my guests that I have here tonight, I do also want to show I have merch. So I actually ordered one of the Independent Creator Directory hats. Let me turn that off so that's not blinding. Ordered one of the hats and got it in. It's actually a not bad little hat. And then I also ordered a mug. So actually seems to be decent quality stuff. But we've got that in on I have a link on indiecd.org for that, for the merch store, if anybody's interested in stuff. And with that, let me bring Dawn on here. We have Dawn with us tonight. We're going to be talking a little bit about Indie CD related stuff as we work on this burning here. And which one do I want to do first? We'll do the hard one first. Why not? So, how are you tonight, Dawn? Let's make sure audio is still working.
I am doing very well. How are you?
Doing good. Audio is still working. That's even better.
Third time was a charm.
Right? Well, every time you go say something, I'd say something and you'd just disappear. It's like, okay, maybe I need to change the word. So, so I know Monday night when I had Nick on the show, we were talking about the calendar on Indie CD. And I know you, Don, you put up all the stuff for Michaela, and you've been doing stuff for BKM also, right?
Well, just the one because I knew he was going to be at the same at QuadCon in February when we were. So
Gotcha. Okay. Um, so what would you think of, or what do you think of? Uh, I was kind of thinking with the calendar. Um, members can post stuff. Of course, if they want access to be able to post stuff, all they got to do is ask for it, and I can create them account. Um, but I'm thinking of after Nick and I had been talking, adding in a uh, thing just for for the convention runners. So like I'll use Joe Dog as an example since he has Holocon.
mhm.
Let's say if uh, Dan or one of them wasn't a member already, I was thinking they could basically pay $10 and or $5 and be able to either send me all the information, which would probably be easiest, um, to put on the calendar, or I could always create them an account. And the nice thing I've noticed with that calendar is it's very easy to add links
Mhm. Mhm.
for stuff. So Um, let's see. Carl says no storms for either of you. That's not doing anything right now. You
Blue
get
sky. Well, blue and turning orangish in the side.
are you getting storms over in Danville there? Because I thought all the storms had done past and were gone for the day. Hopefully for the week.
Right.
That was a little not really unnerving the drive in this morning, but 94 is a dangerous road to begin with on a dry day with all the oh so talented drivers that are on it.
What do you say? That people don't know how to drive?
I won't say it, but if the shoe fits, lace it up and wear it.
Right.
Yeah, I I don't hold the motoring public in a very high regard anymore. So, um, but I wanted to get your take on it, Don, with doing a thing where convention runners could add stuff, especially. I'm thinking of it more as a it would be cheap advertisement for them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it would allow for them to not only they could post the link for vendor signups, they could post the link for if they do like uh, ticket sales for the public.
Yeah, because you can do that on there as well.
Yeah. Well, I know. Well, I don't know. And that's something I want to look at. Oh, good. Carl said one of the weather guys says we're done with storms for a few weeks now. Thank God. Um, sorry, squirrel. Uh,
Shiny,
yeah,
where's Rich when you need him?
but I want to look at that function a little bit more because I don't know if it wants to tie into a certain account for that or if it's just wanting the link because I know it seems like that events calendar will allow you to do pre-ticket like ticket sales through it, but I don't want to be the one collecting their money.
And you could always just put in the link that, or in the description as well, because you can pick that and not, or not pick that as an option,
Okay,
and then just put, ticket sales through here, whatever, purchase tickets through here, and have it part of the event, the link.
gotcha. Um, who is? Oh, that's who's texting me. Okay. Um, normally don't get text messages this late at night.
Surprise.
But all right. So what do you think would be a good price for the vendors? Because I think what I'm going to do when I set up that if I set it up, I should be able to go through and create a um, like actually on the uh, product page itself. I think I can add like a personalization box, almost as if like they were ordering like some kind of engraved, jewelry or a custom wood burn or something. Um, I think if they were able to just put in their links and stuff there, and then I could contact them for any pictures and stuff they wanted associated with it. It wouldn't take long to set up. It wouldn't take any longer than doing some of these pages.
But it would just be able to get all the information because there's
Yeah.
so many little check marks you have to, click here, tap here on the back end when you're putting it up.
Yeah. And then the other thing too would be how many more categories am I going to need to create? Because I think what I would end up doing, especially if it seemed like something of interest to the convention runners, would be like add a category by state, like add all 50 states in as categories. That way, if someone wanted to see just the conventions in Indiana, Illinois, wherever, they could narrow it down by that.
That would be a search on your end that you would have to
Yeah.
code.
Yeah, which that wouldn't be hard. But I think adding that in would be a good one, and then probably just adding. I would need to find out like what all the different genres of conventions are.
But in a way, I know there's different genres, but I'm trying to think. Like Michaela could go to the same place as Brian, they already have. Is it that, where's your crossover going to be and where's your black line going to be of where you're not going to be able to cross over?
Right. Yeah, and that's something that I need to sit down and figure out the logistics of more or less. Which now that I actually have a little more time, I can start doing that. At least until my project starts in a couple weeks. Hit time, what's that? Yeah. Something that was very scarce the last few months. Hence the reason my shows were just kind of at random and do the random, like one weekend do it 3:00 on a Sunday, and next weekend do it like 11 a.m. Yeah, stuff was getting really random there for a while.
Well, you got a lot going on.
Acting like you do not want to burn tonight?
Well, I'm sorry. Because I'm not always mean. I don't always have to burn.
I think my tip might be wearing out. Not the green room.
I didn't say you did.
Mm-hmm. I need to hop on one of Rich's brains that he has set up on here and see if he has a green room card and steal it. Let's see. Carl says Carl says one of the major sites that I go to doesn't let you search by state, but they do color code by regions. That's not a bad idea. And then Donna says, "Dang, he read my mind." Yeah. Keep my eye on you, Donna.
They live together or something, right?
I think that was for my not the green room comment.
Oh.
That's the second time I've beaten her to that in recent weeks.
You said beating her. She might like that a little bit. Oh wait, not the green room.
To each their own. We try not to judge here.
Try not to judge.
Yes, dear, I said try. Exactly.
Tell her hi.
Dawn says hello.
Hi,
And yes, folks, my wife is behind me watching murder documentaries, so I will be on my best behavior. And oh
Now we'll
wow,
see something fly.
yeah. Oh, I can see those lines a little better with that light off. This particular piece, for whatever reason, decided it did not want to transfer these lines over very dark, except for in a couple of select spots. I'm trying to remember what the design looked like in my head because, of course, I didn't save this as its own individual file. Why would I do that? I just kept reusing the same file and replacing the image.
That sounds
so
like something
unlike
I would have done.
yeah, so unlike most times when you see me looking at a piece and going, "Wait a second, why does that not seem right? What does this actually look like?" Yeah, I can't go back to my computer here and pull it up and go, "Oh, okay, this is how it should look." And I've learned over time that I can't even look at the piece that I transferred it from because my brain will not compute the fact that it is a reversed image. I'm still hashtagging that for this week's green room. Nice. So Carl
And
says,
I'm
"Well,
not in the green room right now. That's even the best part.
yeah, you got a green shirt on. We'll we'll let it count with the green shirt." But yeah, Carl says they're gonna use their put out their QR codes linked to their indie CD page at the next convention they go to, which I am actually in the process of creating all new QR codes from the ones I originally created for everybody and linking them to your guys' indie CD pages so that when I go to Region Con next month, I'm going to take a little binder with me that has everybody's pages in there. That way I can kind of it'll help promote the site to any independent creators that happen to be there. And it'll also allow me to show people, hey, you like this type of book? How about checking out Carl Witzman or Donna Carlene or Michaela Jade or Trelena Bachman if she ever gets hers published. She's ignoring me. No, not
Who's
you.
she? No, I'm kidding.
Man, Dawn, if I wanted that kind of abuse, I would have went and sat by my wife on the couch. Um,
Throw something at him. Throw something at him.
Luckily, I have my headset on so she cannot hear you. This piece is
Sorry, something caught my eye and I'm reading it.
Oh, you're fine. So since I know you are a big user of the Indie CD site with everything that you post for Michaela, um, are there other features that you want to see on there eventually? And we got the blog thing going now, which I don't know if you've used that at all. Did I give you access to the being able to do the blogs?
I think so, but I don't believe that Michaela has done any blogs because it's been crazy for her too. So she had
Gotcha.
kind of some of not the same stuff as you, but some background stuff happening where everything just went. So yeah, because
Well,
I'm
as long
looking
as
at the
this most recent set of storms didn't take out her brand new greenhouse.
right. I don't believe it did. I'm sure I would have heard about it today.
Oh, I'm sure I would have heard the scream all the way over here in Indiana.
Probably
Um,
because I'm looking at the events calendar now, and
okay.
honestly, it's like almost could just do a category of events, like specific events, or and then say, okay, just using this as an example, like QuadCon. If we didn't know anybody was going to QuadCon, but we knew that it was coming up, we could set it up. And then, oh, by the way, Michaela's going to be there, so we can just go back in on the back end and click Michaela.
Hmm.
And then, oh, BKM is going to be there, so we can go in and click on the back end for that as well. And that way, too, as people are seeing it and they're signing up to go, we can always just bump them in there as well.
So yeah, just a generic category. Just call it conventions, and that way it can, like you said, if we find out someone specific is going, just go back and edit that event, click their category, and voila.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that would be definitely easy enough to do. And I think what I would do is I would probably charge, I don't know, $5 to add it on there.
Is that for already members of NBCD or everybody or just people that are not?
No, that would be if uh
Joe Smith is running a Comic Con and he wants to put it on the site.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, like Joe Dog wouldn't need to because of uh well, actually I haven't created Joe Dog a page. Um
You haven't, but if it was submitted under, say,
Under
Dan,
Dan, yeah.
if he submitted it, then it would be under his. We know it's a legit thing. It's Dan's and he could do it
Yeah.
under that. So, like I said, it's mostly for the Joe Smiths, so they're not trying to just put
Right.
it's not even about technically the money or the money grab on it. It's just if somebody's going to pay $5 to put it on there.
Right, then it's going to be it's going to be legit. If they're paying any amount of money to put it on there,
It's
it's
a
going to
better
be
chance of being legit.
yeah. I would charge Joe Dog double and tell him it's a special discount.
What was
Oh,
that?
that's what Donna said. Oh, I couldn't do that to Joe Dog, even if he does have me start off his show occasionally. Oh, I was ready for it this time because I saw him. I always watch the little bottom corner of the screen where you're sitting at your little
Mhm.
thumbnail, and when you're host of the show, you see everybody's. So like if Donna and Carl and Nick and all them popped in, I would be able to see all of them. You would still only see yourself. And I always watch because I know he'll do it, and I'll see it go from that kind of washed out gray, like you're in the back of the studio, to being bright and vibrant. So I know he's added me in because also the little mute thing goes away. So this last time I was ready for him. I am onto your tricks, Joe Dog, if you're watching this.
I've been trying to figure out if there's a way I could fix. I saved something, and I did save it with layers, and now. Okay.
So yeah, last what was the last episode of? Never mind the furthermore I popped into. Was that Monday's show? Nick was
Running
yeah, I think
behind, or he
yeah,
was
or he thought he had gone live, or might have been one of last week's shows.
he was talking to nobody.
Yeah. Oh, it was last Wednesday because I was off work, and I'll be honest, y'all almost got a free show.
Oh, the day that you were not by your computer when it started.
Hmm.
Ish.
Yeah, when I realized what time it was and it hadn't started, I grabbed my phone and I logged into StreamYard, and I was just about to click Enter Studio, and I remembered that the last time I did that from my phone, it just automatically shot me in up on the screen with them. And right before I clicked it, I went, nope, I'm going to just get dressed real quick, run down the stairs, and, that way, in case he has hit live, he doesn't get canceled.
We found out what we would have found out what the furthermore was.
Right? You would have found out that the zoom on a iPhone Pro 14 Max is still not that great. But anyway, not the green room.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how I can fix this without having to start over.
I have done that before. Um, Not just with stuff on the computer where I went, oh yeah, I can, I'll save this and come back to it later, and then realize that I saved it wrong, and you're trying to figure out how you can save it without having to redo a couple hours worth of work. What's even better is when I'm doing a wood burning and I screw up and I go, what can I do to blend that in? I don't know. I don't know if anything will blend that in. Oh yeah, I should have turned this light off ages ago. I can actually see these lines.
Yeah, but we can't now.
Right?
Oh well, they can buy it if they want to see it.
Oh, you guys will get to see the end product here in actually just a few moments, because I am coming up on my last few lines here. And then we're going to take a short commercial break while I figure out why this thing does not want to burn a deep dark line, which it could be the wood. I've had that before where for some reason the wood, just certain section, does not want to burn deep. Or it could just be my ballpoint tip finally giving up the ghost, because this poor thing has been through a lot over the years. All right. Make sure I actually got all the lines. There we go. And that is our finished product. That is our Old Man Spirit of the Woods. So that's the first one for tonight. Now we've got
Well,
a second
Carl said it
one
was better
here.
without it, so.
Yeah. Well, I know you guys can see it a lot better when I don't have that light on. My eyes are actually working properly tonight to where I can see. Because my problem is when I hunch over like this, I'm blocking the light that's behind me, so I'm casting my shadow on top of it,
Mm,
and it
okay.
sometimes makes it hard for me to see. But tonight I can actually see it pretty well. So, um, but with that, we're gonna let that cool down for just a second. Um, yeah, that was a lot faster. Um, and I was kind of flowing there for a little bit, just going right along. So I like the way that turned out, and that'll look good with the clear coat on it. So, um, with that, we're going to pause for a short commercial break, and everybody's going to get to see the banner change behind here because I've yet to move my videos over to the Burning is Love for commercials. So be sure to check out Behind the Code on Monday nights, folks. Uh, but we are going to start off with commercial for Amy Hale.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Alrighty. And let's bring that up like that for a second. And Carl says up to chapter 7 in Editing Warrior's Secret. That is awesome. So she's rewriting part of Warrior's Secret, or
She's adding in some parts that the editor told her that she couldn't put in. And she's like, well, now that I got it back, or the publisher editor told her she couldn't have. And now that she's got the rights back, she's like, I'm putting it back. So she is putting that back. And since it was her first book, she kind of was rereading it, and she saw things that she would not word now the way she did then, because she's learned so much and come so far since then. So she's updating it in that way as well. So
gotcha. Okay.
So the book itself is not going to change, but there's just updates to make it better.
Yeah. So it's not oops, I almost shrunk the wrong screen. There we go. So it's not oh, come on, brain. I just gave you some Mountain Dew, so you have caffeine. Work proper. Where was I going with that? It's not just a redo of the cover.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a whole new. It's like a second edition.
Gotcha.
So that's why if you have the first edition, you want the second edition of the first book as well. So
gotcha. All right. All right. So here's our second Spirit of the Woods. And I think if the first one I did tonight doesn't sell at Region Con, I think that one is actually going to get sent to Dan Hollifield. He had just sent me a short story about a man of the woods that he had wrote, and the way the character was kind of described as being almost mythical kind of reminds me of kind of makes me think of how that burn turned out. So he may end up, if that one doesn't sell, I'm gonna end up sending that to him. And if it does sell, well, gives me an excuse to do another one.
By the way, Donna's correcting you on Roten.
Roten? Yeah. Yeah. Again, I gave
That's why
I gave my brain the caffeine. Now it needs to do the work.
That's why you're the coder and you're the wood burner and you do all that other stuff, and that leaves them, because if you were perfect at everything, they wouldn't have a spot in this world, right?
Oh no, they'd still have a spot because I don't have the time to do everything. No, that is why I was actually a little apprehensive about even writing my first book, Tales of the Highway. Was I tend to write how I speak.
So you wrote in like you speak. I'm teasing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just.
No, you're dead nuts on there. No, I am very avid spell checker. That hotkey on my keyboard, I'm surprised still works. But no, I tend to. I don't want to say I William Shatner it because I don't add that many commas.
You don't add that many commas.
Exactly. But I do add a few more than what are technically necessary. So.
Well, Donna said that you know some very cheap editors.
True.
I'm gonna not even go green room with that because that door was wide open. But it is funny. I love you, Donna. Let's see here.
Yeah, I did have that first one edited. Actually, Amanda Talker ended up editing that one for me. Nick and I tend to kind of trade services back and forth. Yeah, I didn't think about how I just worded that. Oh, Lordy.
I hope Donna's like doing pre-hashtags for tonight.
Right. I'm going to get a copyright infringement from Carl for taking over the green room on a Wednesday night. But yeah, we tend to because I do a lot. I help him out a lot with computer stuff, and I've literally given him some old machines that I've had, and one of them, the brain of it still exists. He still has the hard drive in a external enclosure. How that hard drive is still running is beyond me, because it definitely should have given up the ghost a while ago. But so yeah, we tend to kind of trade our wares, trade our services. Okay, I gotta have the light. Did I do that one? I did not. Okay. This line here transferred so dark that I could not tell if I actually burned it yet or not. Oh. I may have to start doing this more, is finding people that want to talk while I'm doing this, because this seems like it's going much faster.
Sometimes banter helps.
Yeah.
Oh, Carl also said that we have to get in line behind last man standing for green room behavior. So in other words, I have to step it up.
Ah. True.
Not with your wife standing behind you.
Don't
I like your wife too much. It's not about you, Joe. It's about your wife.
I'm about to burn myself. You said standing behind me. I'm like, what?
Oh dear. Oh, I wish I would have remembered what I did. Oh, there, that worked.
Yeah, I think that's something I may start doing, especially with Behind the Code, because that's going to be more geared towards, I think, the Indie CD site, and doing updates with it, because I need to actually. It's been so long since I've went through the tutorial that I was going through for learning Flutter and Dart. I need to actually just restart that. And trying to listen to a tutorial and type out the example code and answer questions in the chat and stuff just is a little too much all at once. So I might turn that show more into a just indie, more about the indiecd.org site, amongst my other sites too, because I will be doing updates to theburningislove.com. JoeBachTech.com probably won't really be featured on there that much unless I happen to be running the security updates for WordPress. Mainly because the only reason why I even have that site is for the apps that I do have published. Because both Google and Apple require me to have a privacy policy posted on a website.
So basically, that's just your I'm going to make them happy type of website.
Yeah, that is exactly what that is. Because I really don't offer out my services as far as coding and stuff goes to many people. Like, it'd be different if Michaela came to me and said, "Hey, I need a new I want to do a new website." Or if Nick came to me, or you, or Carl, or any of them, anybody really from the Rising Tide, if they came to me and said, "Hey, can you help me with a website?" Or, "Hey, I started doing my own website in WordPress and I can't figure out how to do XYZ. Can you help me out?" Yeah, I can, I'll be more than happy to do that. But the way my day job is, like, I can't promise anybody that I don't want to take somebody's money and go, "Yeah, I can have this done in 2 weeks," and then all of a sudden the contractor goes, "Oh, by the way, we're working 7/12s."
And then have it, yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I offer my services generally to our group for little to no cost.
I'm so glad there's an undo on a computer on like what you have to do. And then
Mm-hmm. Yep, Control Z is a friend of mine. And then occasionally Control Y. But do you know what Control Y does?
I do, but I can't remember right offhand because I know I do it a lot. But I do it
Yep.
so much that I don't remember what it is.
It's the opposite of Control Z. So if you undo too many steps, you can redo one of those the last step that you undid.
Okay. Yeah, I actually like keyboard. I'm looking at my keyboard going, I know I do that. I don't mind using the keyboard shortcuts for stuff, honestly.
The hard part for me is flipping between Windows and Mac.
Ooh, that would be a pain in the brain.
Mm-hmm. Because the keyboard I have for my Mac is set up for both Windows and Mac. It's got the control key. It also has the command key. And half the time I don't think about it, and I'll go to copy and paste something like during behind the code if I'm copying and pasting someone's profile information. If I'm doing it from the Mac, I'll highlight it, hit Control C, go over to the page, hit Control V, and go, wait, why didn't that work?
I wasn't thinking.
And one keyboard I had, that actually it had the command button, it had the control button on it also. If I did Control V, it input a check mark. And it confused me the first time it did it. I'm like, well, no, I hit the right button. And then I hit it again, and it put up another check mark. I'm like, what the heck is this thing doing? And I did it, do the slow, okay, I'm going to push this button, then this button. And as soon as I pushed it down, I went, oh, I need to be 2 buttons over. I'm on my damn Mac.
Yeah. I have to center myself for Mac. But that's one of my actually my besties. She's an iPhone person. I'm an Android phone person. And it is so funny because I'll be like, hey, pull that up on my phone. And she'll look, I can't find anything on your phone. And then she'll do the same thing. And I was like, and it's just funny because we're both like so adamant about I'm Android and she's iPhone. Gotta make the differences, right?
Mm-hmm. A buddy of mine used to work for Apple. And I want to say it's in June, they hold the Worldwide Developer Conference. And that's normally the conference where they'll announce like the new phones coming out that year. If there's a new major version of iOS coming out that year, stuff like that. And they'd be going through all the neat little new features of the next operating system. And I'd be sitting there texting him going, we've had that since Android like 2.4, right? You guys are on iOS 13.
Sorry, I got really excited about something.
Well, you didn't get too excited. You didn't squee.
Well, I might after I start talking. So Michaela just messaged me, and the next episode of Pieces is live. So she's up to 24 episodes now on Kindle Vella for Pieces.
Holy cow.
So, see, I squeed.
So is she doing one a week on those?
I think she's trying to get them done as she's going. I know between the editing of Secret and she delved into the Roguestone After Dark on Bella, and with pieces, it kind of was whatever she could get kind of worked out at what time, because she can only, because of real life stuff, happening, that she only has access to a computer certain times to actually, be able to type it in to upload it, because she does a lot of longhand. So it's kind of whatever she's kind of in the middle of doing or helping with type of thing. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm really excited about that. So now once I get done here tonight, then I have to go read it. I bet you Donna's happy. Yep, she said yay.
Yep. Oh.
Michaela's like, oh, I'm going to hop over there.
Oh, over to the stream?
Yeah. Carl said the next person Michaela needs to hire is a typist. I wonder about that, though, because I know she likes to write it out, and then she kind of does a first little kind of edit as she's typing it out. So I don't know if she'd actually want the typist in a way. But I could be completely off. I could be completely off my rocker. We know that I'm, not always right.
I'm just going to sit here and keep burning some wood.
They make medicine for that.
Right. Oop, don't. Yeah, I need to. Oh, yeah, it might be time to replace that tip. I think it's definitely time to replace this tip. Which means I need to see if Michael's or Hobby Lobby or one of them has them in store.
So apparently Dan at some point said, don't give me straight lines.
Where did I miss that at?
I don't know. Though that's in the chat right now. I think it's part of it too is that I'm trying to keep up and look, what's being said in the chat, which makes it so you don't have to look up all the time and
yeah, that does help too. That I'm not trying to assign what switch songs because I don't have music playing like I normally do.
You don't. Oh God, that means everybody's listening to me. Ooh,
yep. Everybody is listening and hanging on to every word that you're saying.
Well, Donna and Carl are at least easy for me to say.
I was gonna say, did Carl have a sex change there?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because you said Donna and Carla at first.
I did.
Is that the way you wrote it or root it?
Wrote it.
Wrote it.
I've never written it that way. The cats are playing in and out.
The cats are doing what?
They're playing in and out. I know I have one in here. I don't know if the other one's in here with me. Georgette and Buddy.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
A female and a male playing in and out, yes.
They're brother and sister, dude. I mean, not biologically, but still.
And there's the green room. So, I do think this is something I'm going to try and do more often, though. I think I'm going to try and see if people want to join in. Probably not do it like Last Man Standing or Stupid O'Clock, where there's a whole panel of people, but just get other creators on here.
Kayla just jumped on.
That way people can talk about what they do, Good evening, Michaela.
And as crazy as this conversation has gone off the rails a couple times, you're still burning wood.
Hmm.
And I think I figured out the thing I screwed up. I think I can make it work.
Ooh,
So,
good.
found out about Michaela. So we got to do that. So I think today was actually pretty productive.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. What was I doing?
It is weird not playing Dan's music right now, but
We could always put it on his background too.
But we are actually almost done with this guy.
Michaela said she couldn't find us.
Yeah, I've been having issues finding my own live stream on my own YouTube account. Because even when, because I hopped in to the lobby before the show, and I had to actually click on Independent Creators Directory. Then I had to go to Lives, and then the listing for this was like 3 or 4 down for some reason. So I don't know. I don't know what YouTube's doing, or if it's basing it on. Something tells me also it's not actually doing it as a event on YouTube anymore for some reason. I'm thinking they may have changed their way. But even Twitch, when I've looked at, if I've had Twitch up and running during one of my streams, it shows it as a rerun in the corner. And I'm live. Like, it's not, like, I'm pretty sure if I pulled it up right now, instead of it, like, YouTube would show live in the corner or whatever, it will actually show rerun.
Because you're going on Joe and Indie CD, right?
So I broadcast to the Indie CD Facebook page, the Indie CD YouTube page, and then the Indie CD Twitch stream are the ones that I post on.
You're not on Joe at all then.
No. Trust me, there's comments I could have made there.
Joey, be good.
Yeah. But no, those are the 3 that I stream to when I'm doing my shows. And I will say Facebook has gotten a lot better about sending me the half-hour notice, actually a half hour before the show.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, I need to actually turn on notifications on my phone. Because I don't know when it's actually notifying for that. And Twitch, I think I generally get an email shortly after I've gone live saying that, hey, Indie CD is now live. And it's like, yeah, I hope I'm live.
Nick's on now too.
Good evening, Nick. There's a Joe Bachman who is a singer and makes our Joe hard to search. Yes.
Well, this Joe should be the first one that comes up. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because when I originally was going to create a website, I was going to do joebachman.com, and then found out there is a country singer that is Joe Bachman.
No.
So,
here's
our second Old Man of the Woods. I'll bring it up full screen here.
Aren't you guys glad I got new glasses? Because you know how that would have been a month ago, right?
Right. So, but I'm gonna bring this one back up real quick. The first one we did tonight. So tell me that doesn't remind you of like an old Appalachian man in the hills.
That one's very Dan-like to me. Just saying.
Yeah. That for me, that just screams old Appalachian man of the hills. And then for those who weren't around for Sunday's show, this is the cross that I did. And the angel that took absolutely forever.
Oh my gosh. There's so much detail at the bottom of the wings.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. That one took forever. I was expecting these two. I purposely held these two back as the last two because I thought they were going to take forever to do. I knocked both of these out in an hour. Well, fine, go down there.
Was that the cross or the angel?
Both.
She tried to fly away.
Yeah. Yeah. The angel alone, I think, took me 45 minutes to an hour to do. So, yeah. So these will all get clear coated and will be available at Region Con. And I need to bring Dawn. Bring Dawn back up. Hi there.
Oh, sorry, I scared myself. It happens a lot.
That happens on occasion. It's fine. And no, give me the right screen. Thank you. So with that, on the wings of the angels. Yep. Yeah. It's Wednesday and it feels like Monday.
You know, okay, Ted a lot of times has Mondays off after he works a weekend, and he's off today, and it just threw me off. I was like, it's Monday all day. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's Wednesday. It threw me off.
Apparently, my wife had made a comment to one of the foremen out on the job site today because, road construction plus storms just means everything's going to go right. And she looks at me and she goes, today's about the Mondayest Tuesday ever. And he looks at her and goes, "Hun, it's Wednesday."
That's when you know. That's when you know. Okay, I got the okay by the way that whatever I was fixing, and I was like, I think I can do this and this and this and make it work. I got the okay from Michaela. I'm so excited. I don't have to start over from the start. Yay!
Nice.
So that's a good thing. And you got 2 pieces done, and Carl's working on secrets, and Michaela's got stuff posted. She's got her episodes for pieces up, and Nick was singing to you. It was a good show.
It was a good show. So I think with that, we will call it a night. And I think I'm going to start working on maybe getting other people on here too. Just, so they can talk about their work, and, be able to promote their stuff. And I can sit here. I should probably turn that off so it cools down. That would be a good idea. Yeah, they'd be able to promote their stuff, and I'm
just going to say this, Donna. You are waiting in the wings while Carl does his stuff so you can do your stuff. So it's Carl's fault. It really is.
And just because I know I have the master of marketing in the really? Why would you select that one? There you go, Sparky.
You know the
I
dog we
clicked
had when
on
I was
the
a kid. His name is Sparky.
I clicked on the screen that has my video up, and it selected the layer behind it somehow. But one more time for the folks that just got here, NDCD now has a merch store. So there is a link on the NDCD website. There's hats, hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, and it's all basically priced to where I'm making, minimal amounts. But
2 questions. What size are the mugs and how much are the mugs?
2 answers. Mug sized and somewhere between free and 500. I have to look. I don't honestly remember.
That sounds so like an answer I would give.
But I can pull that up right quick and click on the merch store. So the mug is $13.50.
Okay.
And it is 11 ounce. And it is microwave and dishwasher safe. And apparently it's one size fits all.
No, I like them bigger. That did not come out right, and this is not the green room. Rich,
Right.
where are you?
2 questions, 2 answers, all shenanigans. That is correct, Nick.
Look, I said her name and she showed up. I said her name in chat, and there she is.
Michaela said, "What store are you using for merch?" So this is actually through Stream Elements. Let me see. Oh, duh! I can do it this way. I was trying to figure out how to route it through OBS, but I don't need to. So I was actually updating that thing. I'll think of it here in a second. OBS Studio. I was updating OBS Studio on my main computer, and I have Stream Elements on that also because that kind of ties in nicely with Twitch. There's a lot of features for Twitch on there from Stream Elements. And after I ran the last update, it's like, oh, by the way, we've started doing merch stores. I'm like, okay, well, I'll take a look at it. And, very easy to set up. Prices, to me, are a little high, which is why I kind of marked my stuff low. I think I have everything priced to where I make like $5 off of it. But I just kind of threw 4 things on there at random. Got the hat, the Independent Creators Directory supporter shirt with a little thing on the backside also. Got the mug and then the hoodie, which for whatever reason you can only do stuff on the front, but it'll let you select what colors I think you want to have available. For each thing, if I remember correctly. But I'm still kind of playing with it, and it seems pretty good. I mean, I ordered stuff off there, and I had it, I think, within about a week. So, which isn't bad for everything being custom made. They came as 2 separate shipments for some oddball reason, even though it was all the same shipment. But, and I will say this: the mugs. And I'm going to contact Stream Elements about this. They ship the mug, so normally if you get something ceramic in the mail, it'll be inside of a box, and then in that box you'll have like the foam kind of going around it to protect it.
Mhm.
They shipped it in just the foam.
Whoa.
Yeah, literally put the mug in, put the two foam pieces on top of each other, tape, it was sealed great. I mean, they used a ton of tape around the center to seal it and slapped the mailing label on it and sent it out.
Different.
Yeah.
I've seen them where more they won't put the foam with it, but they put it in a mug, and the way they fit it into the mug, there's no way it's moving,
right.
and then put it in another box. But just the foam is really weird.
Yeah, it's kind of what I thought too. So, yeah.
Okay.
So beware to be on the lookout for just a random foam box showing up if you decide to order one of the mugs.
Random things always show up at our house.
But
Ted
yeah,
with his Legos.
yeah, that is the new merch store, and
Well, congratulations.
more things. They don't have much in the way of products, it seemed like, yet. I'm thinking this might be something new that Stream Elements is kind of playing with. So
they're probably testing it yet too.
Right. So, but no, it seems pretty good. Like I said, the hat seems to be a pretty good quality. So I just wish they had one of the hats that were like one size fits all. Because like this one here, actually, this one actually does fit my big dome. For now, because my hair's short. But when my hair is longer, I have a hard time fitting into hats that are adjustable. Whereas if I get the ones that have more of an elastic band in them, and they'll kind of, first few days really suck because they're so tight, they almost give you a headache. But once it gets broken in, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Not the green room, Donna.
Carl, Nick, Michaela, Dawn.
Once it loosens up a bit,
The head fits in so much better when it's a little looser.
right. The hat fits great, but this one actually,
And Joe's been canceled.
right? I made it to 13 subscribers before I got canceled. Yay!
Because of me.
And that's another hashtag.
I love you, Donna.
So, all right. Well,
okay.
I'm gonna say we sign off for tonight, and there will be a Behind the Code next Monday. There will not be a Burning is Love next week because of town meetings and all that fun jazz. And I think that is the last. Let me pull up the calendar here. No, there will be one more. One more Burning is Love before Region Con starts. So, I don't know if those pieces will be ready for the con because I got to clear. I have a lot to clear coat. But everybody have a good night. Good night, Carl. Good night, Nick, Donna, Michaela. And thank you, Dawn, for coming on talking about Indie CD and some of the stuff that we can hopefully make better for everybody. So
thank you all for having me.
Yep. And we will see you all in 2 weeks on this show and Monday on Behind the Code. Yes, I know the name of my own shows.
Oh, I'm rubbing off on you. Good night.